It's been 10 months, a year and 10 months, rather, since episode 150. And so we're going to intersperse the show with comments. And there's a little bit of a theme with some of these comment blocks. This first one are going to be people who disagree with us on the St. John review. So we did a review of St. John last year, and this is probably one of our more controversial reviews because we have our opinions and our takes about these albums, and very often, like, if it's a good album, we largely like it. If it's a bad album, we largely hate it. And generally speaking, people around there have that consensus view. Some people have like more strong hatred of an album than we do, or strong love of an album than we do.
Yep.
And a lot of times we get opinions that we agree with us, and that's what we love, having music's discourse. The music community online is really cool for that. But then, and honestly, I think these are the fun times. I don't hate them at all. I think these are the most interesting things, and it forces us to really go back and question ourselves as music reviewers and make sure we're doing what we're doing, and sometimes dig our heels in. When you have times where we have strong opinions on an album, and then the audience has a direct opposite strong opinion about an album, and then we have fun. So St. John's album that came out like last year, I wanted to say, was one major aspect of that. Let me pull it up right now. No, it was While the World Was Burning in 2020. It came out in like mid-late 2020, I believe. And my overall top line thoughts were that the main reason the song is on the map is because Roses got remixed by an EDM artist. And from there, you just have some really non-inspirational tracks. Of course, there's some Kanye things in here, so it's going to attract that audience. You have some Future things, some Uzi Vert things. It's going to attract that audience. And by that audience, I mean a theme we'll get in some of these comments is that people who are really big fans of an artist to a point of a cult of personality. They think the artist can do no wrong. And I don't think St. John's there yet. At the risk of stepping in, I don't think St. John's that relevant to have a cult of personality yet.
Yeah, not even close.
But there were a bunch of comments that I will post to the side over here, past Sean, of people who really hate it. So folks who said, couldn't possibly disagree with you more on this album. Underrated album, alternative sound, wild, artsy, and non-generic. That guy's got to be trolling.
That guy is super gotta be trolling because it is the most generic sounding album we've reviewed, possibly.
Yeah. We've even gone in the margins. Recently, we reviewed an album by Rex Orange County, and we said it was like generic indie. Now, like there's some things in that did things a little bit different. In retrospect, after we did that review, but I will still say that like that sounds like that genre of this year. Like it's a very everything's kind of coalescing very toward that sound. Even if Rex Orange County is at the beginning of that, right?
Yeah.
But that's different. Like that's within indie. That's within a genre that our qualms with it notwithstanding is generally kind of pushing things outside of what pop sounds like. St. John is literally like popular music. Like he's streamed a lot. Like he's very much not underrated in any way. Alternative sound, hilarious. So again, I'm literally gonna move past that comment because I think it's just ridiculous. I will say, if you are gonna come at us, come correct. And I will say Fargo Cardi did. Well, sorry, the album was about strippers and bad bitches and not Cake by the Ocean. Which made me laugh, at least. I mean, like, first of all, we don't, like, we have our wide variety of music that we're into. Sometimes we have our strippers and bad bitches mood. Sometimes we have our Cake by the Ocean mood. But I love that dichotomy.
That was a funny comment.
Yeah, like even though you're a hater, you made me laugh. So, like, I'll allow that for sure. But yeah, like, it doesn't, like, we do talk about how in trap music, a lot of times, certain tropes get repeatedly overdone, just like we talk about in pop music, like how not every white pop female artist needs to talk about their breakups and their toxic relationships for songs 1 through 14 of their 13 song album, right? Because the bonus track is a remix with Justin Bieber. So like we talk about generic things in all kinds of music, like St. John notwithstanding, and it doesn't have to be just because it's like we point out when, oh wow, artists are talking a lot about this all the time. Maybe there's something else you can do. Maybe there's some other flip or spin you can add to it, because that gives space for the artists who are thinking like that, who do try those subversive things. It allows us to give them credit. Mike Darla says, "Oh nah, this shit wipes Lil Baby's career. St. John is unique, and he bring a new sound, and this album was a 7 at least." First of all, that's why we do arbitrary scales.
And first off, you didn't listen to the review. if you say that shit's this album was a 7 at least because we have never done an actual ranking system. So that means you barely listen to it.
In the very early episodes, we did an arbitrary rank. No, I remember we did letter grades, and I remember we did numbers, but we did like 1 through 12, so to like purposely skew it. We've
like like S through W or something like that for our letter scores.
Yeah, like more recently we've done like types of planes, or blimp accidents was probably my favorite arbitrary scale of all time.
Still by far is blimp accidents, 100%.
Yeah, that's why. But I don't. The only thing I've heard from St. John that is roughly unique is the Iman Beck remix of Roses, and it's a remix, and
it's not. It doesn't even sound like the song. Like it's not even close to what Roses actually sounds like. And then he puts another Roses remix with Future, which is just utter garbage on that album too. So,
and it's not unique. Even the remix is not necessarily unique.
Yeah, it's super not unique. It's just a TikTok song.
Yeah, it's a TikTok song. It's like decent to shuffle to, but like it's already outdated. But yeah, and then the last guy, literally just these dudes shitting on St. John. Honestly, shocking they don't see any of his artistic ability. IDK, if anyone else has this opinion in the world, LMAO. Dude, you're lost in the sauce. I'm so sorry. And then some other lower level ones. This is so reaction, smart move, very lame. I want to take my view back. Y'all are clowns. I mean, whatever. Just so you know, if you hate our video, the best thing you could do is click off of it immediately. If you comment on our video, that just makes more people see it. So thank you. Sean, any last thoughts? Because actually, no. This is an interesting thing. You did go back and listen to the St. John album because
again, I could sit through the whole thing because it's just.
Because truthfully, I started this by saying if we are really receptive to the audience, even if it is kind of late, and if there is a situation where it's a big mismatch like that, we will go back and listen and go, okay, were we really harsh? We'll give it a second chance. Nope. Sometimes we do that even before the audience asks us to, like with Donda, for example. And no.
And no. This album is still pretty hot garbage. It's just the same trap beat produced over and over and over and over again. YB definitely better.
Damn. Yeah. There's also a Lil Baby on here. Lil Baby is all right. He's okay. But to say this shit wipes Lil Baby's career, lost in the sauce, dude.
Absolutely lost in the sauce.
Okay.
You did it again. You did it again. You did it again.